Let me show you how you trade the head and shoulders pattern profitably and what it takes to read the head and shoulders pattern. So the head and shoulders pattern is very underrated. Many people brush it off as a retail pattern that doesn't work. But if you go deeper into the head and shoulders, you will actually learn to appreciate the beauty of it. And it is one of the most effective patterns that you will see. I think I've seen a few even studies that the head and shoulders pattern is one of the most accurate pattern that you will find in technical analysis. And there are many different variations. So let me show you a few in this video. And here we have obviously a head and shoulders pattern. In TradingView, you can just map it out. This tool, it shows you very nicely. It's very nice for just demonstration. So you have your left shoulder, then you have another high at the right shoulder, and then at the head, and then at the right shoulder it makes a lower high. And you need to look for a head and shoulders within a trend. This is the most important thing. Head and shoulders are typically reversal or breakout and new trend patterns. And what is so interesting, or what is the most important part of the head and shoulders, is that it tells you a lot about the buyer and the seller dynamics in the market. What this means is that the market was in a very strong uptrend, and then from the left shoulder to the head, now you can see the market was in a weaker uptrend. And then from the head to the right shoulder, now the uptrend was completely over and the market made a lower high, not able to push into a new high. At the same time, we can read much more from a head and shoulders, obviously. So whereas previously the market was able to rally higher very easily, the uptrend was very strong and just very quick. Now from the left shoulder to the head, the price is just barely able to make a higher high. So from here to here, it's a very close distance. And within the same previous duration or period, the market was able to rally a lot. Here now the market barely is able to rally. So there's two very important things. If you put on an indicator, whether it's a RSI or a MACD, let's actually put on a MACD. I haven't used them in a while. You will see a divergence here. This is my trend writer. Let's get it off. And let me just get rid of those lines, MACD line and a signal line. And you will see that there is a divergence. So the MACD is showing you lower highs, whereas the price is making higher highs. This means that the market is losing strength and the price is losing strength. It does look like, when you look at the price chart, oh yeah, the market is making higher high. But if you look deeper, you will see that the trend is actually losing strength. We've seen it. The first hint is that the price is barely able to make a higher high. The second point is that what happened here after the left shoulder, here was a huge retracement actually. Look at the previous uptrend. Within all this uptrend, there was never such a strong or such a long period where the market moved down, or at least didn't make another high. So we have from here to here the fact that the market wasn't able to make a higher high that easily. Second, we have here now a strong correction phase. Two very important points already within the head and shoulders. And here now the market is completely not even come close to the previous head. It's not even coming close to the previous high point. So this shows us how the buyers completely withdrew. The sellers are now in control, and all you need to do is now wait for a breakout. This is called the so-called neckline of the head and shoulders. And once the market really breaks out of this pattern, this is where the head and shoulders gets triggered, and you will often see that the market is making a reversal and starting a new trend. And this is just one variation. Let's take a look at another one. So now let's take a look at an inverse head and shoulders. And again, we can see the pattern, the left shoulder, then the market makes a lower low, and then suddenly it fails to make a higher low, lower low, and now we have our first higher low. So this is head and shoulder. And again, we need to put it into the trend context. Very, very strong downtrend. Then from here to here, the market is not able to make a big move anymore. And then here, the most important point is that the market here completely fails and makes it first higher low. And you can see again the higher low, the right shoulder is very, very far away from the low point here. And this is again showing us how, in this case, the previous sellers are not interested anymore. They cannot dominate the market anymore. The buyers are coming in. The buyers, they don't let the price drop as much anymore. And then the complete reversal happened to the upside. And this is, this is what you can see here. And again, it's very, very important that you always wait for a confirmed breakout on those patterns, because you can see here previously the price already did make an attempt to break out, and it didn't really succeed initially. And this is where many traders get wrong or get on trade those in the wrong way. In this case, it would have worked out, but if you trade those with limit orders, or if you get in on a candle that hasn't fully closed, you always have a chance that you're running into a failed breakout. And if the market doesn't really close above the neckline, then there's a good chance that the market will continue its downtrend, or at least not make a complete reversal to the upside. And this is one of the most important parts about trading head and shoulders, and where many traders have issues with head and shoulders. So let's take a look at maybe 2 more examples of different head and shoulders variations, and then you can start looking for them on your own. And I really encourage you to start being open-minded to head and shoulders, and also understanding that head and shoulders can come in many different shapes. And it's very important to analyze the different components of a head and shoulders. For example, how far is the head away from the previous left shoulder? How deep is the retracement? How low is the right shoulder? What happens on the right shoulder? And this one here specifically is another interesting example. So the market was in a strong uptrend, and then here the market here was the last swing point. Then it made another high, and then it barely made another high. So again, you can see how the market is slowly losing momentum, and then even more so, it is completely reversing the momentum. So instead of having more buyers, now the sellers are in control, and you can see how the market is making lower highs on the right side of the head and shoulders. And before the breakout happens, this is I've mentioned it previously, I call this a lower bounce, where the market moves into a level, it tries to pull away, it doesn't succeed, it stays very, very close to the level. The buyers come in, the buyers try to push the price higher. They have not the majority, the sellers come immediately in, push the price back into the level. And in this case especially, let me zoom in, you can see how the market is really sticking to the level here. The price is really sticking to the level. And this is something that you will often see before a successful breakout, that the market is really sticking to the level. It's not able to pull away. There's a lot of back and forth, a lot of volatility going on, but still, you always need to wait for a confirmed breakout. Don't get in before the market really has broken out of the structure. Really wait for a candle to close outside of the pattern. Otherwise, you risk running into a false breakout. And this is, it does qualify as a head and shoulders as well. The left shoulder, the head, the right shoulder will be somewhere here. You have a lower bounce in here. You have very decent, you can draw it different ways. The neckline, I think here is also a good part where you could have used the neckline. The most important point for me personally is that I use for the most confluence. I don't like when the candle bodies are going through, and there's a nice alert, when the candle bodies are going through through the support and resistance or through a neckline. But if there are just wicks going through a neckline, I'd still will consider it as a valid neckline. And here's another example that I found very interesting, is that the market was here then in a downtrend, and the downtrend paused temporarily. It made a low here, it tried to reverse to the upside, it didn't succeed, and then it's where the market made a head and shoulders continuation pattern. So you can see the left shoulder was somewhere in here, then the head was the final breakout attempt, and the right shoulder is then when it became obvious that there are not as many buyers in the market and that the sellers are not done with this downtrend. And again, you can see highs and lows. It might sound sometimes too simplistic, but if you really focus on the way highs and lows shape on your form, how on your charts, how deep consolidations levels are, the differences in size of consolidation levels, you will already be able to pick up a lot about a chart. And then again, here is then the breakout out of the pattern. It confirms that from here to here, the price already made a lower high, and now the market broke out. It makes lower lows, and that's when the pattern is now resuming to the downside. So head and shoulders can occur in many different contexts. It always tells you a story. Really start paying attention to what the charts are really telling you. Don't just look for textbook patterns and then just blindly trade them. Really understand that behind every move, behind every pattern, behind trend waves, behind consolidations, behind correction waves, impulsive and corrective waves, there are buyers and there's sellers, and there's always a dynamic. Who is stronger, who is weaker, who's gaining strength, who's losing strength, who's pushing the market, who's trying to push the market but is not succeeding. And try to read this from your charts, and I can almost guarantee you that your chart reading abilities will improve significantly. Even if you just start by analyzing one pattern like the head and shoulders, you will see a huge improvement in your chart reading abilities.